Good morning. So today is Diwali. So happy Diwali to those who are celebrating Diwali and happy Halloween to those who are celebrating Halloween. It's quite funny that we have two different festivals on the same day. So I hope everyone is celebrating something. Today I'm gonna actually show you how you guys get your beer delivered to your home. The challenging part today is that I am hauling a quad axle which I have never worked with. I do know in theory what to do, but in practicality this is my first time touching a quad axle. So I am guessing there will be a lot of things that I will be figuring out on the go. So let's go. A quad axle trailer with heat system in it. So this here is a fuel tank to fuel, and that's the machine for the heater. Here it's the control system for heater. Right now it's off as we don't need. We use this more when there is like snow and freezing temperature, because what I'm hauling in this trailer is beer, and beer needs to be on a certain temperature so that it doesn't freezes. This light here is on, which means there is something wrong with the tire pressure. So this is the auxiliary axle here, which needs to go down according to the weight limit, and this one here is the control for this auxiliary axle. Now in order to bring this down, this is the box. I've got my gloves, and here is this knob. There are instructions here, but let's you see there is air going in and the airbags are expanding, axles are coming down. And if we see these markers here, MI is for Michigan and NY is for New York. So whenever this trailer, that's a quad, if it goes to Michigan or New York, the axles have to be in the right place. So for, let's say it's Michigan, first one should go here. To move these axles, we need to take these rods out, and then we move the axles, and this goes there, and the second one will go here, third one will come here, and fourth one is gonna just stay there. So there are markings for the states according to the weight limits, and there is ab distance between the axles for weight management. Now the other thing here is the light that's on is because you see here I have a problem with the tire. So I have service coming in to look into that, and this is the first time I'm trying to see how beer goes. So we have these kind of containers, or I don't know what you call them, but there is beer inside. You guys must be wondering that why do I have a heated trailer when we like our beers chilled? Let me tell you why. So you know, when the extreme weather conditions hit North America, especially in winters when it's freezing snow, in order to deliver these beer the way that it's brewed from the brewery to your homes so that they maintain its texture and quality, they have to be at a certain temperature so that they don't end up freezing, because once it freezes it's gonna lose its quality, and you want like your beers like that. So that is the reason that we have these heated trailer, and they are kept at a certain temperature. The temperature is usually mentioned in the paperwork, so you don't really have to worry about, you know, remembering it or anything, but that's the reason. Coming. Oh, finally, service is here.
All tires with aluminum, with steel rims,
Hmm.
you have to paste them down to get them out.
Oh, okay. I can put your face as well or no?
No problem.
No?
Yeah,
Yeah?
you can.
Okay. That's a lot of hard work. What is this?
This is called a soap. We use it to lube the tire.
Oh, okay.
Call it Murphy soap. That thing in the bucket here.
Oh, I see. This one.
Call it Murphy soap.
Ah,
We use it to mount and dismount tires.
okay. Now that I'm going to back up, so I'm gonna put the auxiliary axle back, just because if I'm backing up, I don't want to damage it. So you press this, it's a little hard. A little hard, so you have to press it and turn it clockwise, and then it will go back. You see the airbags are there is air releasing from them. So that's pretty much it. It's gonna take like a couple of minutes, then go back to its place, and we will just back up. You see, when I'm backing, there is no movement in the auxiliary tires. It took its time, but it's above the ground now, and we are backing in that spot. So now it's pretty late and I am already home. Let's just quickly wind up our day. And I'm just gonna add some quick do's and don'ts when it comes to hauling alcohol as well as dealing with our quad trailers. First of all, when it comes to alcohol, it is important to check your truck details for special directions, especially when it comes to controlling temperature. Like if we are hauling beer, it has to be hauled at a certain temperature so that it does not freeze. Similarly, it applies to any sort of alcohol. There are certain directions usually mentioned on the paperwork as well as in your trip details. The second thing that is important when hauling alcohol is the requirement of permits. Especially when we are delivering in the US, there are certain states that require alcohol permits. Let's say if I am taking this same trailer that I had today and I am delivering this in New York, so I will need a permit for every single state that I am crossing, even if I'm not delivering to that state, but I am crossing in order to get to New York. So I will need a permit for every single state that has a requirement to have a alcohol permit. So I will have to be very careful with that. Now let's talk about dealing with our quad trailers. First of all, if you have noticed, my trailer number started from QH, meaning quad, and H means heated. So it was a quad heated trailer. There are many trailers starting with Q. It indicates quad. The second thing is, in order to maintain the weight, since it's heavy stuff inside, we have to use the auxiliary axle at a certain distance. Especially when it comes to Michigan and New York, there are regulations that all the axles have to be at a certain distance from one another. in order to manage the weight. Third thing I would like to say is whenever we take turns using our quad trailers, we have to be slow, as well as the turns have to be wider, because if you see, when I was taking the turn, the movement of the quad was very different from other tires. Now last but not least, it is always ideal to have your auxiliary axle back in its position off the ground when we are backing these trailers into a spot. Again, because of the heavy weight, these axles can be damaged while backing up. It is a good idea or a good practice to make sure that these are back in their positions. Today we are not going to get into a lot of weight details when dealing with these, because that's kind of a lengthy process and quite a brief topic, so we will have another video for that probably. That's all for today. I'm gonna just wind up here. Before steering ahead, let's turn together and I will see you at the next one. Thank you.